Right, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm out here dressed like Uncle Fred, so that can mean only one thing. I'm doing some work to the car, so I'll spin you around and this is what we're doing. So as you can see, I've already trial fitted the splitter, and I say trial fitted, but it's basically gone on. I'm happy with it. So what I'm going to do is take the bumper off now, secure the splitter properly, and then have a box of goodies down here. I'm going to try and fit them. So in there is a radiator. Oops, if this works. In there is a radiator that's going to live in this hole that, as you can see, is blanked off, and then I'm going to fit the little moustache grill to that. So that'll be the front end upgraded, and it should be sort of significantly more aggressive to match the rear. Now it's a sunny day, and if all goes well, we've got a diffuser for the rear as well to bring that in line a bit, but we'll see about that. I'm not 100% sure, so close up the cash guy and then we'll get cracking. Let's see how far we get. Right, I'll bring you back once once I've made some progress. See you in a bit. Right, so this is step one. So people on YouTube have an habit of making this look a bit easier than it is, but the headlights are out, which you've seen me do before, and then these side markers. So there is a trick to these. People tell you just grab them here and rip them out, but what you actually do is they hook in here, you see, and this holds them in. I think it's this anyway, and what you have to do is push it back, which isn't that easy to do, and then it pops out and it just comes out. So yeah, I'd been yanking on this like everyone had been saying to do, and that doesn't appear to be right. So yeah, push it back and it just pops out, much easier. Anyway, I'll bring you back once we make a bit more progress. No one's interested in indicators really, so here we go. So look, this is where it starts getting a bit silly. Oops, if this thing works. We'll have to get the wheel off, just to get this off, just to get one screw that's located up here, and everything else is dead accessible, and then that is just a pain in the arse. So I've got to do that on both sides, 4 screws. I tried just turning the wheel obviously, but it didn't work, did it? So wheels off and we'll crack on. I'll bring you back. Right, what's up? We're making progress. So these little things have been a right pain in the anus. So basically they live in here and they come out this way. I don't know if you can see that, with that sticking up, so you have to push that from that side and it comes out, and they're hard work. And so American fella Cliff, who's been a right useful tool for this project, was saying they can take a couple hours. So what I did was I got this paint roller and I just shoved it in, and it's a nice big handle to yank on, and I'm pretty sure that that's not the way Cliff would have done it, it's the way I'm doing it. So anyway, cheers Cliff if you ever see this video, and yeah, I'll get cracking on with removing the rest of the bumper. See you in a minute. Right, so look, we've got this far, but the electrical connector that holds all the this loom in is broke, and I can't get the slidey bit off. So we're just going to have to improvise and do it with the bumper still connected like this off to the side. Now it's not that big of a deal, I can deal with it, I think. I've got plenty of room if this will turn. I've got plenty of room to do everything I need to do. I can fit the smiley thing here, I can get access to that thing to put the vent in, and I've got access to all this for the radiator. So I actually don't think it's the end of the world. So yeah, bodging a little bit, but this is what we're going to have to do. Now the only issue is I did want to fit the splitter properly, which meant ideally turning the bumper upside down, so I can, if this will direction down a bit, yeah, here we go, so I could bolt it in properly underneath. Well, we'll see, we'll work it out, I always do. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll bring you back once I've made some progress. Right, see you in a bit. Yep, so the first thing I wanted to just do was pull that out the middle of the bumper. Excuse the shadow, but it's where the sun is. And then just offer up the rubber mouth, because I believe sometimes they send the wrong part. So anyway, that offers up nice, it fits. Even though it'll be coming off again in a second, because I think you fit it to the outside and then put the bumper on. But even still, it offers up, so we're on to a winner. Right, so the reason I checked this, I was right to check it, is I've run into an issue. Again, apologies for the shadow, but it's where the sun is. They have sent the wrong shroud, and I thought they had. So this is the original size hole, and this is the shroud that they've sent. And as you can see, I know sometimes people do this, a trick, but if we put the two corners together, you can see it's about 4 or 5 inches short. Or if you're talking to your missus, 7 inches short. So I've checked my order, and I've definitely ordered the right parts. So they sent the wrong parts, so I mean there's not a lot you can do. It's bank holiday weekend, it's a Sunday. They're not going to answer the phones or anything, so I've sent them an email. But I've had these parts a long time now, so I don't even know if they'll correct them. So fingers crossed they do. Design 911 is who I've bought it from, that's who's made the mistake. Let's hope they rectify it. They're supposed to be a reputable company, so we shall see, shan't we? So I'm still going to crack on and fit everything else anyway. I can always take the bumper back off and fit the new shroud. It's not going to stop it performing properly. So yeah, we'll just get cracking. We'll just keep going as we do. Right, I'll bring you back when we make some progress. See you later. So ever the professional, I've got a washing up bowl ready for when I take this off, because some water's going to come out. And the same on this side, only it's a little higher. As you can see, I've took the actual bumper off, and this is what we're going to do. We're just going to pop this off. Water's going to gush out, so I'm not going to have my camera on because I can't really afford a new camera if it gets wet. So I'll bring you back once that's all gushed out. And there we go. Like all beautiful ladies, she's gushed everywhere, and we've not actually lost that much coolant. I say lost, I've not lost any because I've collected it. We've only got a little trickle because basically the vacuum released once I'd opened both sides and a bit more came out, but I basically caught most of it in the very specific water catching bucket that's definitely not out of the sink. So yeah, now I'm gonna build all this stuff up into a radiator, fit it in that hole, start building it back up. I think at that point I'll come back. Right, so I've actually built the radiator up. It came along a lot quicker than I thought it was going to do. So there's the radiator, and then I put that shroud on, and then these things basically only fit one way. So these little metal clips, everyone on YouTube is pulling them out. You don't need to pull them out, you only have to pull them so far. They've got like a little clip on the side, and they just stay in place. Then you locate your thing and you just pop it back, and it's dead easy. You don't have to remove anything. So my shroud's actually damaged, but I'm not that bothered. It's not doing anything. So yeah, on to the next stage. I'll bring you back when I get a bit further down the line. It's coming together pretty quickly though, this. Right, I'm running out of space for work, so I'm on my council issue workbench, and I've just got the correct rubber shroud on, but as we showed you earlier, the actual bit that connects to the bumper that this bit would clip into is basically wrong. They've sent me the wrong one, so we'll just have to address that when we come to it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it as is. There's I was hoping I might be able to get a couple of zip ties in, but I can't get anywhere without drilling it, so I'll just leave it floppy for now, and just not do any long distance until until I get the new bit, and then it'll be bumper off and do the whole thing again. So anyway, while we're here, there's my cat. Say hello, cat. And yeah, he's been watching us, so yeah, I'll bring you back when we've got a bit more progress, but it is moving pretty quick at the moment, so pretty happy with it. See in a bit. So we're on, we're looking good. We've got to get the bolts in here and at the bottom, but the pipes are clipped on. I don't know if you can see them, but anyway, they're down there somewhere. This side might be easier to see. They're clipped on. So we're looking pretty good. So this is the boot I'm talking about that goes up to the back of the bumper, and as you can see, they're a similar shape. So it has a plastic frame that sits round it to hold it to the bumper properly, but the one they sent me is too big. So like I say, fingers crossed, Design 911 will come through and send me the right one. Worst case, guy, you'll probably see him on YouTube and Instagram if you're into Cayman and stuff. Mark says he might have a spare one, so he can always send me that. So many thanks, Mark, for digging us out of a bit of a shitty position if needs be. But fingers crossed, Design 911 come through. So yeah, we'll crack on. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so I filled it back up and it's not quite took all the water that came out of it, or coolant, whatever you want to call it. If you don't know, on these you fill them up in the boot there, look, everything is. So I filled it up as high as I want it to go. Oops, how does this work? Here we go. Filled it up as high as I want it to go. So I'm going to start it, usual bleeding procedure, just run it, let it come up to temp, all that sort of stuff. So obviously I've left everything off for now, in case it's not right, or in case there's a leak or whatever, and then I can get to it. Obviously it's fairly common sense, but some people I think wouldn't do that. They'd build it all back up, fire it up, and then all of a sudden get a leak. So we're going to leak test it before we build it up, and then we'll get cracking with some other little mods that we can do before we build it up as well. So yeah, that'll be very nice, won't it? So right, I'll bring you back in a minute. See you later. Right, so this is going better than thought. We got up to temp. Let's get around here. There is no, come on camera, there's no water leaks on the floor, and all the radiators have got temp in them, and I heard the fans come on and the temp never dropped. So it basically tells me that everything's right. So I'm going to just check the water one last time, top it up. But again, because I've put a big stupid picnic table on the back, I need 2 hands to do that, so you can't watch me do it. It's not exactly riveting anyway. And then it's going to be, I'll start building it back up a little bit. And then I'm going to fit this thing, which is a vent in the bumper. Come on. It's a vent that goes in the bumper, and it's so that that new hot air out of that new radiator can come up and out. Now some people cut holes in the bottom of the bumper. It's already got a few, plus when I fit it, no doubt it'll have gaps anyway. And then the thing is everyone goes on about this bit, this, it channels the air down, but if you look, it fits tight against the tub of the boot, because obviously the boot's at the front on these, so you're getting no more airflow out of there as you are out of there. So that's why I'm just going to stick the vent on the top and have it firing out the top. I mean, one day I might come back and drill a few holes in here so it can escape, I don't know, but that's basically what I'm going to be doing next. So I'm an old man, so I'm going to get up and I'm going to start putting some of these bits back together. So yeah, I'll bring you back when it starts looking a bit more like a car, or maybe when I start doing the bumper, because that's a bit more fun. Right, so there. So quick peek, this goes together pretty quick, this. Shrouds are on, you can see the old shrouds match up with the new one, pretty nice. So it looks like it's all meant to be there. Bumper things on, horns back on in the right place. The only thing I'll have to dig out, I forgot the ambient sensor thing, so I'll dig that out and get that through, but that's seconds of a job, and then it's basically done. I've just got to get the modifications going after that, start putting the what do you call it, the grill in. So yeah, bring you back. Right, so we're on to the more interesting part now. So this is the fitting kit for that grill that I was on about, the moustache or smiley face grill or whatever you want to call it. So this is a metal template, and then you ram these 7 self-tappers in to hold it in place, and then you basically buzz around here with a jigsaw or a Dremel or whatever. Now what I've done is put tape on, and I'm going to draw around it just in case my Dremel doesn't fit in the gap, because everything's got a slight curve to it and my Dremel blade obviously hasn't. So I'm going to draw the line on in case I need to then take this off and just cut it freehand, which I have a funny feeling I will probably end up doing. So as with all good Cayman projects, I've not measured this, I've not done anything, I've just eyeballed it, and I'm pretty happy with the positioning, but obviously the bumper isn't fitted right, as you can see there and there and there, whatever. So it might come out completely pissed, but it's part of the fun, isn't it? We'll see how we get on. So yeah, I'll bring you back once I've started cutting and made a right mess of a bumper potentially and cost myself hundreds of pounds, but again, it's the game we're playing, in it. Right, see you in a bit. It's proper turning into one of them videos. Basically nothing's going right now, luckily only minor things, so I'll show you. My Dremel doesn't fit in the gaps, neither does a pen, so what I've had to do is spray paint it. That's why there's plastic covering my bonnet, not that it would matter because we're painting that anyway at some point, but yeah, I've spray painted in all the gaps, so when I take this off, fingers crossed, it leaves a little outline, and then we can sort of freehand it without using the actual stencil to guide the Dremel. So we'll see how it goes. At the end of the day, it can only look so bad, and there is a lip on the grill, so any minor discrepancies will be hidden anyway. I can always stick some silicone all over it. So while I've been waiting for this paint to dry, I've gone back in the back to check the water after getting it up to temp, and for some reason it hasn't took any extra water, which I find a little bit weird, seeing as we've now fitted an entire radiator, so I'm not sure where that water has or hasn't gone, but anyway, it's absolutely full. We've got it up to temp, the fans come on, the thermostat popped, everything sorted itself out, and it's not really took any more water. Well, it's not took any more water, and I've only put in what was in that bowl, so we've either got a massive airlock that'll work its way out eventually, because I've put loads of water in this in the past when it's had water leaks, or I don't know, it's going to blow up. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'll bring you back once this paint's dry and we start chopping up the front bumper with a £3 Dremel off Temu. Excellent, see you in a bit. Right, so we're back again. So it's Monday now, it's bank holiday Monday, and basically I had to give up because my Dremel ran out of electricity. So this is where we were up to. I don't think I showed you, but I basically got the hole cut out. The spray paint trick worked pretty well. This bit needs trimming, that's the only bit, that corner. As you can see, I got in that one pretty good, but that one not perfect, and it obviously means the thingy doesn't fit, the grill doesn't fit, which is to be expected. So I'm just going to carry on working on that now that my Dremel's fully charged. We'll get that grill in, and then that'll actually probably be it for this time. What I'm going to do is leave the bumper off, so see that them little clips that are still exposed, that's the bit that they didn't send us. So when that turns up, I'm going to stick it on. So obviously I'm leaving the bumper off because there's a pain in the ass with all the like arch liners and stuff, getting them out, and I don't really want to do it again. So that'll be this week, I believe. The guy was actually working yesterday, and he says he'll resend it me anyway, so that was nice of him. And yeah, that's it really. So not much left to do now other than crack on and get this grill fitted. So see you in a minute. And there we go, less than 5 minutes work and it's in. So I'll just give it a little trim again, get it sitting just a little bit more flush, but it's basically in and flush. So just tidy up the edges, pull the tape off, get it stuck on, nice and easy. Right, so that's as far as we're getting today. Like I say, I've left the bumper off on purpose because I've got to come back for that bit down there. I think I'm going to try and get Bill to come and unpick the, what do you call it, the plug that was down here that was stuck, if you remember, because I want to do a few other little bits, play around with the fog lights and stuff like that. A few little bits I want to do, but with that I'm pretty happy today. So we've got this on, and look how it sits and meets up quite nice. I'm as happy as you're going to be. I'm pretty sure it's relatively central. Like I say, the bumper's not fitted, but what do you think? Looks central to me. Anyway, whatever, I'm not asked if it's not. So that's going to do us for today's video. So no idea how long this is going to be, hopefully not too long. Yeah, so big thanks obviously to Mark, who was going to send me that grill. I also watched his video before even buying the kit, so I knew exactly what to order in the first place. So I forget his YouTube channel now, something like M31SHO if you want to try and find him. American guy Clive, is he called, or Cliff I think he's called, sorry, with the blue Cayman. It's just called Cliff's Garage. He was really helpful. And another guy called D-Ray's Garage or something like that, his video was quite helpful as well. So yeah, go and give them guys all a bit of a look and a follow if you're into Caymans or whatever. And that's going to be it for today. So yeah, give us a like, a follow, whatever else you do, comment, share, subscribe, draw us a picture, send us a postcard, whatever else. Right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.